Hello and welcome everybody to Virtua Father here in the Retro 180. For the first part of the video I'm going to go through the pickups I've made in recent days, and then the second half of the video you're going to come along for the journey with me and my little legends, the Virtua kids, as we embark on our trip around the Sheffield Gaming Market, the gaming market that's literally on our doorstep. So first of all, let's get tucked into those pickups. So around about a week ago, I was out with my brother actually. We were having a little coffee. I'd taken him into town. He was getting his car looked at, so I dropped him into town. And we stopped off, had a coffee, had a little bit of a chat. And we said, shall we go for a little wander around the shop, see if there's anything doing? He knows obviously that me and the kids do this YouTube channel and that we go hunting for video games. So I said, yeah, let's go and have a little wander around, we might as well. So we popped into the town centre and we're walking past, on our way to CX actually, we're walking past cash converters. And I'll be honest, I'm a bit hit or miss going to places like cash converters because 9 times out of 10 there's nothing ever really in them that I want. So I often do walk straight past, but my brother said, let's go and check it out. And I think he spotted like a guitar in the window. We went on a nosy at that first. And we said, shall we go in? So we did. And I'm really glad we did, because as we wandered in, we sort of turned to the left and saw where all the video games were. And straight away I spied quite a chunky, healthy looking range of Mega Drive games. And we picked up 2 of them. So the first one I picked up is the Mega Games 3 collection. So 3 games in one. You've got your Alien Storm, you've got your Super Thunder Blade, and you've got Super Monaco. Now, great games. I must admit, out of these 3, Super Monaco was the one that I played to death as a kid. Loved Super Monaco. Played Alien Storm a little bit. Super Thunder Blade, not one of my favourites, but it's okay. It's in the mix. It's okay to have on the cartridge. But yeah, I just thought really good bunch of triple games to pick up. And when I saw the price, I thought I'm definitely going to pick these up. I managed to get these for $1.99. Now I think that's an absolute bargain. I've looked online since and it's going for a lot more than that. It's complete. So we've got manuals, tidy cartridge inside. So yeah, I was really happy with that. $1.99 for this trio, I think is a bargain. So the second game we spied in that Mega Drive collection in cash converters, I had to pick up as well. It's part of a trio of games that I absolutely love. Now, I didn't get this one first back in the day. I sort of worked back to front. I'll explain why in a bit. But the game I picked up is the excellent Thunder Force 2. Now, the Thunder Force games, I absolutely love them. I'm into my shmups. But the Thunder Force games on the Mega Drive are superb in my opinion, and I know a lot of people would agree. So back in the day when I got my import Mega Drive, I ended up picking it up with New Zealand Story, and the story behind that is me and my best mate at the time, we were both getting a Mega Drive roughly the same time, and the place we were getting it from, called Microphone, they were only letting you pick it up with either New Zealand Story or Thunder Force 3. Now his birthday was just before mine, so he got in there first and he picked up Thunder Force 3, and I was pretty jealous because that's what I wanted. In the end we ended up swapping with each other and I ended up playing Thunder Force 3 to death as well. And down the line I picked up Thunder Force 4. This came along later for me because the official release of this meant that I played Thunder Force 3 and then I think I got Thunder Force 4 if I remember rightly, and then I went back to this. And I had a brief spell at picking up and playing this, but I'd sort of done Thunder Force 3 and Thunder Force 4 to death by that point. So I didn't really do them in order. But this is a great game. Now, the other great thing with this, just like with the last one, it is, if I open it up, it's complete. We've got the manual in there. We've got a decent cartridge, all nice and tidy. Now, this one, dearer than the other one, but it was literally under 20 quid. £19.99. And again, I think I've got another steal here from Cash Converse. Looked online again, it's going for a lot more than that. It's a superb game. Let me know in the comments, do you think I've got a bargain here with both of them? I think with the first one, it's pretty obvious for $1.99 I did. But I still think this one at £19.99 is an absolute bargain. Let me know what you think. And I can't move on to the next section, guys, without giving a massive big thank you and shout out to my brother, who decided in the end he was going to treat me and the kids to these. So yeah, it didn't cost me anything in the end because my fabulous brother treated us. Thanks, bro. Now, whilst we were out, me and my brother, looking around cash converters and picking up those 2 quality Mega Drive games, I had a delivery. So I had an eBay delivery. So I'll let you see what's inside this one. Give it a tear. I'll try not to show you the address because I'm not taking the sticker off. Let me get this out. It is for the Dreamcast. If I get it out of the bag. For the Dreamcast, it is Deadly Skies. Deadly Skies on the Dreamcast. Now, I think, again, this is a great game. I had this back in the day on my Dreamcast. Loved flying around, shooting stuff down, you know, bombing, missiling boats and stuff. You've got all the different jets you can play as. I think this is an absolutely great game. Now, if I remember right, it's called something different in America, in the US. I've forgotten what it was though, so let me know in the comments. And I also think, and again, more knowledgeable people out there might know this, I think it's based on like a flight simulator type arcade flight game by Namco. And again, the name of that escapes me as well. But this, I definitely remember, was a lot of fun back in the day. And I got this for under £6. Now, if anybody's wondering, well, it's not in its box, etc. If you don't know, I don't collect Dreamcast games in their boxes with manuals, etc. I just pick these loose discs up, and I put all the loose discs together in the Dreamcast disc holder that I've got next to my Dreamcast. So that keeps the cost down. We still enjoy the games, and these loose games, they still need a home, they still need playing, so that's how I do it. But yeah, Deadly Skies, looking forward to giving this a spin because I definitely remember loving this back in the day. Now, I can't move on from talking about Dreamcast games without mentioning my good friend G over on Retroverse. If you've not seen his channel, go check it out for all things Dreamcast. He's collecting a full PAL set of Dreamcast games. So yeah, go and check his channel out if you're into your Dreamcast stuff. Carrying on with my pickups, we move on now to CEX. Five items picked up from CEX, 4 of them games, 3 of them for the Essentials collecting behind me, and 1 of them is an absolutely belting movie, which I had to pick up based on one of the video games I picked up, and I'm going to show you why that makes sense now. So, the video game in question, first of all, is the amazing GTA San Andreas. So you can see behind me, I love, like many people, I love my GTA games. And this one, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to say this is my favourite. I do like GTA 5, but out of all of them, I would say if somebody said you're stuck on a desert island, you can only have one GTA game, this will be coming with me. GTA San Andreas, absolutely belting game. And for all those people out there, and going back to my good friend G over on Retroverse, because he's done this recently, there was a little sort of poll about which one's best between Vice City and San Andreas. I'm sorry, Vice City's a great game, but for me, it's always San Andreas. If you agree or disagree, you can let me know in the comments. Now, putting this to one side, I spotted, and I've been picking up like DVDs, old movies that whilst I was out in CX in recent weeks, and I saw this for, I think it was £1.50. And after picking this up, this just seemed to make perfect sense. It just put me in the mood for it. So it is Boys in the Hood. You've got to have a bit of this. Boys in the Hood, what a movie. So yeah, I thought I'll bag that as well, take that with me at the same time as this one. And finally, before we move on to showing you our day out at Sheffield Gaming Market and any pickups we got from there, I'm going to show you the 3 essentials I picked up for the collecting behind me. So the shelf is going to get a little bit bigger. If I'm not mistaken, we're on 3, 6, 7. We're on, with these 3, we're on double figures now. We've got to 10 of them. So all 3 of them, by the way, I managed to pick up off the shelf with a manual in. If you've seen a recent video, there's a little bit of confusion about this. And again, I didn't really get a clear answer. So if anybody watches this video and knows, can you please let me know in the comments? I started out collecting the PS3 Essentials Red Spine, and I made the assumption that, because in my head, I made the assumption that all the PS3 Essentials games, in fact all PS3 games, come with a manual. And the idea of not having a manual in with the game started with the PS4. Now, I've since found out that might not be true. The back end of PS3's lifetime and the games, including the Essentials, may well not have had, all of them, a manual. So now when I'm out hunting, wanting to collect CIB for my Red Spines Essentials collection, I now don't know whether I can definitely do that or not anyway. So it's made it a little bit complicated. With these three, I picked them up and they did have manuals in anyway, so I didn't have to panic with these three or try and scratch my head and work out whether anything was missing or not. But yeah, it's something that's sort of in the mix now. It's made it less simple. I just told myself they'd all have manuals when I started this hunting for them, and I wouldn't pick them up unless they had a manual. But now when I'm finding them, if they don't have a manual, I'm left thinking, well, should it have a manual anyway? So yeah, it's got a bit sort of grey, they're picking these up. I'm still loving doing it, absolutely loving going out and finding these. It's made going into CX a whole lot more interesting, because rather than just looking at the full range of PS3 and just picking one or two or three, any of the PS3 games out, having to make sure, or sort of disciplining myself to make sure I just pick out those Essentials games, and they don't always have Essentials games in. It's just made it more interesting, a lot more interesting. But the not knowing about the manual stuff has definitely made it more complicated. So please, if you can help me out with that and give me any sort of clarity, let me know in the comments. But let's get on with what I picked up. So the first one is actually in my PS3 collection already, but not as a Red Spine Essential. So I'm going to swap that out. I'll trade it in, sell it on. It is the fabulous, because I've played this quite a lot since picking it up, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. So yeah, brilliant game. Happy to add that to the Red Spines now and take out the other one. I think I had it on Platinum. Yeah, I had it on the Platinum, the original one I picked up for it. So I'll just swap that out, like I said. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction, fabulous game. The second one I picked up, and I'm not overly bothered a lot sometimes with this range of games. The Lego games. So the Lego games on PS3, or the Lego games full stop, I can take them or leave them. Sometimes the kids have had them in the past, and I've got into them with it, like Batman and stuff. And they're all right. They're not terrible games or anything. It's just, for me, they're not something that I immediately want to pick up. But I thought, well, I am going to need at some point probably to start picking them up. And I saw this, and it was a really reasonable price. It's the full saga of Star Wars. Love the movies. So yeah, I'm going to play this, check it out. I think probably with the Star Wars theme, that will win me over anyway, because anything Star Wars related probably normally does. So yeah, Star Wars, the complete saga, goes into the PS3 Essentials collection. And then lastly, for today's PS3 Essentials editions, unless we pick some up from Sheffield Gaming Market, of course, the last one I've got in my hand is Infamous 2. Now, I've never played this. I've got Infamous, not in the Red Spines, but I've got Infamous back there on my collection. Picked up Infamous 2 for the Essentials. Going to check this out, obviously. This, I am sure, from everything I've ever heard about it and from playing the original, although I think this one's meant to be a lot better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. I think this will be a great game. So I think as this is the last one, the best thing I can do now, I'll give you the retrospective like I normally do for at least one of the Essentials pickups, and then we'll pop off to Sheffield Gaming Market if I put my teeth back in.
Released in 2011 for the PS3, Infamous 2 is a super-powered open-world action-adventure that improves on nearly every aspect of the original. Developed by Sucker Punch Productions, it follows Cole McGrath as he battles the monstrous beast whilst navigating the morally grey streets of New Marais. The game's parkour movement is fluid and satisfying, letting you scale buildings and zip along power lines with ease. Combat is dynamic, with a mix of lightning powers, melee attacks, and environmental destruction. Player choice returns, allowing you to follow a heroic or villainous path, each with unique powers and story outcomes. The world feels alive, with varied districts, side missions, and a colourful New Orleans-inspired setting. While the story pacing can stumble and enemy variety is limited, Infamous 2 delivers thrilling traversal, impactful choices, and spectacular superpowered battles. It's a standout PS3 exclusive and one of the best superhero games of its generation.
So we've landed in our home city, Sheffield, about to go and represent at the gaming market. Really looking forward to it. Are you kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Right, so we've been here a little while. We've picked up a few things already. We've not managed to find Penguin Land for Paige yet, so spot the not so happy face. But we'll keep hunting for a bit. Then I think we're going to go and get some lunch, then pop back in again. You've not picked anything up yet, have you, Liam?
No.
So it's just me that's got stuff for the Saturn. Well, it's for all three of us, but I picked some up that I want for Saturn. I picked another PS3 Essentials game up as well. So obviously we'll show you those pickups later. But for now, we're going to keep hunting.
Bye. Bye.
And as you can see, we're back here at home, back here in the Retro 180. Well, I'm here in the Retro 180. The kids are out there. They've just had a bit of tea, watching a bit of telly and chilling out now. So I thought I'd pop in here, have a chat with you lovely people and let you know what we picked up and what we thought of Sheffield's first gaming market. So yeah, Sheffield, Ponds Forge, loved it. Brilliant. And I know I'm going to come across as probably being a bit biased with it being my on the doorstep, my city's gaming market, but genuinely thought Ponds Forge did a great job. It was easy for us to get to, obviously, with a very quick journey on the train, less than 10 minutes, no hassles parking then, so we wandered up from the train station to Ponds Forge, which was less than a 10-minute walk. 11 a.m. ticket, early bird ticket, organised, they put the bands round us early doors as well, so we're ready to just waltz in when it turned 11 o'clock. And yeah, really well organised. We get in and wander around, and for a while it seemed like we sort of had a bit of freedom. There was people coming in, there was a queue that was just steadily coming in, but for a little while it felt really comfortable, like you could just go anywhere. And then it built and built and built, and it never got though to a point where it was too much. So it eventually got a lovely atmosphere, a really nice atmosphere where you sort of felt like you were sharing this experience with a lot of people, but you could still move around, you could still look at what you want to look at, you could chat to people without feeling like you were too much in the way. Or at least that's how it was for us. We were only there, if I'm totally honest, total transparency, we were there till 2 p.m. When you've got kids, obviously we needed to take a little breather from 11 while 2, we took a little breather halfway through for a pit stop, a bit of food, a bit of drink, etc. Because the kids, obviously I can plow on, but they tire a little bit, or they need a bit of food, they can't power on quite the same. So we did that, but it was only a short spell, and then we were back in. So vast majority of that 3-hour stint, we were in there, and all I can say for that part of it, we felt it got more and more atmospheric. The crowd built and built. It was popular, but it wasn't too popular. It wasn't overcrowded, wasn't too hot, wasn't unbearable. You didn't feel like you wanted to dash out and get fresh air every 10 minutes. The weather played its part, I suppose, because it wasn't boiling hot sunny outside. It was a decent sort of day, but maybe if they held it and it was a scorching summer day, I don't know what that'd be like, whether there's any sort of aircon there or what the flow of air would be like, because sometimes at Doncaster it can get a little bit unbearable for that sort of reason. As much as we love Doncaster, it can get a bit too much if you go in like a summer month and it's really hot and packed out. But yeah, Sheffield, I thought it was really, really good. We really enjoyed it and we would definitely go back to it. I hope, I'd be amazed if they don't, but I really hope that the organisers do decide to do another Sheffield one and probably again do it at Pons Forge. So yeah, I can definitely recommend it. If you can get to a Sheffield Gaming Market and you didn't go this time, if it does pop up again, I would recommend going if I were you. So that aside, the great venue, good time aside, the vendors themselves, we wandered round and bumped into a lot of people, and weirdly, for example, we saw M&J 3D printers, Michael and Jen, and they said, "Oh, recognise you, YouTube," and that was weird. It was really weird for us because we don't normally get that, if I'm totally honest. It was very nice though, so thank you, Michael and Jen. But we picked up, while we were there, we picked up some of their 3D prints, as you do, and they're now adorning the room. It looks a lot better. I'll show you some B-roll footage of that. You can see what we picked up. But I also got chatting to them to find out if we could get a Virtua Fighter one. So they said they could probably do something with that. So they didn't have one straight away at the minute, but we could probably discuss that and sort something out. So I'll no doubt be getting in touch, Michael and Jane, because I'm quite keen to get hold of a Virtua Fighter 3D print. We carried on wandering around, and as you do, we ended up picking up some games. And the PlayStation 3 Essentials you saw earlier on, one of the vendors, and like an idiot I didn't find out who it was, so I apologise. If you recognise yourself, just let me know in the comments. I apologise, I didn't ask. But one of them, very, very cleverly, I suppose, so they'll know people are collecting them, he put them all together in a tub, as you saw. And I thought, well, I felt like just picking out at least 10 of them. But I controlled myself. I thought, no, I'm enjoying this steady journey, keeping it ticking along. Yes, I can pick up loads here right now, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I did pick one up. So one of the 3 pickups is a PS3 Essentials. It's a belter as well, so I'll show you that in a bit. But I didn't pick up loads for that reason. As I said, be more patient, be more controlled with it, because it would have been very easy to pick up. I'll be honest, I got home and I did think, oh, could have got that, and that. So maybe I should have got like 3 or 4. But no, overall, I think I did the right thing. Just I picked out the one I definitely want to pick up and got that one. Picked up a Saturn game, which is actually a Saturn game I've never played on the Saturn, but I played it to death on my PC at uni back in the 90s. So I'll talk to you about that in a bit. And then the other game was more for the kids, but all 3 of us really. It's a Master System game, and I'll mention that one first actually. We went over to Console Passion. Big shout out to them, big thank you. They were doing their best. I think you realised Paige, she got a little bit sort of fixated again on Penguin Land. She's been wanting it for a while now and we could not find it. I think she really had a heart set on finding it at Sheffield Gaming Market. I think she thought it was going to be the one and it just didn't turn out that way. So bless him, the guy at Console Passion, he got chatting to her. He's pulling out these different games, showing her this, showing her that, saying, this is a good game, you might want to try this. And he was doing his best to cheer her up, and eventually we picked out this one. the Lucky Dime Caper Donald Duck. Absolutely belting game this. So I've looked into this before. Not one I have had in the past, but one I'm aware is a bit of a classic on the Master System. So the three of us are looking forward to getting tucked into this. I'll open it up because we don't collect CIB, but it's always nice when it happens. So for a really good price, we got a great box, great that it's got a manual in it, nice and tidy, all flat, it's not dog-eared, and we've got a really nice cartridge as well. So yeah, really happy with that. Donald Duck, the Lucky Dime Caper, will be going on our Master System very, very soon. And before I move on, just to let you know, I will be putting in the description links to all the people, such as Console Passion, etc. I'll link people down there if you want to go check them out. It's only right and proper. So, next one, second pickup. And this is a game, like I said, I played on my PC at uni back in the 90s, but I never owned it on the Saturn. But I do believe it's meant to be a really good port on the Saturn. I hope I got that right. Otherwise, I've probably got myself a bit of a mess here. But I do believe it's meant to be a good port. Now, if I say to you, come get some, I think you'll work it out. That was a bit weird that way. I think you'll work it out. I'll just put the game up. Duke Nukem 3D on the Sega Saturn. And again, it's in brilliant condition. I'll pop it open. Lovely manual, lovely disc. It is, to all intents and purposes, it's like new. We've got a really good deal off MJ Gaming, another great vendor there. So again, linked in the description. But yeah, MJ Gaming, thank you, because this is a really minty copy, really great copy of Duke Nukem 3D on the Saturn. And I'm very interested now to find out whether this does play as good as I believe it does, because I absolutely rinsed this game on the PC. I mean, I got my PC back in the day for uni to do my work on. I did do my work. Mum and Dad are probably watching. I did do my work on that PC for uni. That's what it was for. But I also played a lot of Duke Nukem 3D. Brilliant game. Absolutely fab game. And finally, we have a PS3 Essential game. And it's a game actually recently I had a version of for the Xbox 360. Back when we had the Xbox One X, and I was playing 360 games on it, I picked up a version of this game for that. For some of you may not know, I ended up selling the One X and some other stuff to put towards. We decided to get the PS5 because we particularly wanted to play Astrobot, which we're still loving. Me and the kids are still going through that game and loving every single second of our family sessions on that. But yeah, ultimately because the One X went, the 360 discs went, so I don't have, currently I didn't until now, have a copy of this game at all. And what I picked up, and again, it's CIB, so it's got manual and disc, everything in it, but it is Essentials version of Ultimate Sith Edition, Star Wars Force Unleashed. They said Awakened. Force Unleashed. Fabulous game. I'm looking forward to getting into this. I've not played this version, the Ultimate Sith Edition, so I've looked on the back at some of the stuff that's involved with that. So you seem to get some like extra levels, and it looks superb. So I can't wait to get tucked into this game again, because it was one of the disappointments. When I got rid of the Xbox stuff, that game going was a bit of a disappointment, and I wanted to get a version for the PS3. So it makes sense to get the Essentials version. So yeah, really, really looking forward to playing this game. Can't wait to get tucked into that. So that was us. That was our 3 pickups from Sheffield Gaming Market. Loved the day. Great day out. Like I said, I could have gone bonkers and picked up a lot more of the Essentials games. Paige really wanted to pick up Penguin Land, but it just didn't happen this time, so maybe next time. But yeah, absolutely great day out. Before we go, I'd like you to pop into the comments if you don't mind. There's been quite a few pickups through this entire video. I'd really appreciate if you could pop in the comments which one of the pickups do you think is the best one that we picked up. Yeah, so in the comments, which pickup is the best one on this video that you believe anyway. So yeah, that is us for today. I think we'll wrap it up there. Keep enjoying your gaming. Take care. Bye for now.